Why, good morning, you beautiful souls. I hope you're having a great start to your Sunday. And we're just really going to dive right into it because this is definitely a much needed satsang and message for myself and life. But this is the only thing that one can do when there is so much uncertainty and when you can't even, I would say, trust the feedback and things you observe from the external world and the internal space, then there's nothing that you can do other than to trust in the unknown. It's the realm of discovery. It's the only place that we can find the new, and it's that opportunity for us to test one of life's greatest offerings, and it's a lesson of faith and trust, openness, another form of love. So get a nice inhale, sigh of relief, last few wiggles out. I lovingly invite you into the space of the heart. And when you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, take a nice deep inhale with every sound of the ring that you hear. And with your exhale, release and transmute it into a powerful and mighty Om. Allow that A note to resonate by relaxing the jaw and opening the mouth. And as you close it, the U and the M will form naturally. Release the body of breath here. Give yourself the opportunity to simply witness, to not hold on to any mind, emotional, or physical sensational happening, but to simply lay witness to it all. Let go of the past. Let go of the future angst. Give your full attention to this present moment. No assumptions, no attachments, but simply being. When you hear the final tap of the singing bowl, again, shift your attention to the ringing as it comes and goes. And as it fades into silence, so too allow yourself to drop into that emptiness, that still space of observation. The unknown. It can be a casted shadow that can bring about tensions of fear, of uncertainty. But it's here we cast that burden to the light within, to establish that trust in the knowing that all is arising for me. And that is the hardest part about this journey of life, is this aroma of trust and faith. For it's the vulnerable, it's the openness, it's the willingness to let go of any perceived outcome, to know that the results arise how they're divinely needed to. For it's such cosmic and universal intention that supersedes our own. For if life always presented us the things that we want and not what we need, we would be in a world of attachment, even more than the one we already live in. But it's important to recognize here that the journey in which unfolds is the most important part in this dance into the unknown. The connections, the people, the lessons. Most importantly, the opportunities to grow and come into a deeper understanding of our eternal wisdom, of this internal and infinite truth. For the unknown is nothing to ever fear. It is the only realm in which we enter into the new. It is the playscape of adventure. It is that journey deeper into this ocean of experience and love. But how have we overcome those points of tension in the past? And how will you overcome those points of tension in the present and the future? It is always up to the individual aspirant, but ultimately it is that importance of holding on to the memories, the knowings, those highest levels and knowings of the gut, of the body, of the intuition, that all will be okay. Everything that the body seemingly thought it would die from, the fact that you're listening here shows that it was wrong. The unknown is but that valley of the shadows of death, something that only seems terrifying. The more that we hold on to some type of expected, assumed outcome. But the only thing that is ever certain and constant in life is that change is something always unfolding. And in this dance of the unknown, it is truly such a dance. It is how we respond to the music in which life represents and presents to us. So what's the resistance right now? Know that you will be okay. Know that you have always been okay. That all of these happenings in life have been there to bring you into a deeper understanding of this window of awareness we know as self. This river of the divine. But ultimately, this dance of the unknown is always presented in forms of love, lessons of love, for everything in this matrix of light is love. Where are we being tested and challenged by life in this tension of the unknown? Are we really loving and embracing it? Or are we resisting it? Are we living in our fullest potential and capacity of giving and receiving love? And know here that love is not something that is simply applied to a person or a being, but love is something that can be applied to all relations. And as we come to know in this path that everything is interconnected, that one's beingness is always in relation with something or someone else. whether it be the local energies in the space you currently reside in, or the communal dance when you go about your day. Give yourself the opportunity to take a deep breath here, pulling in as much air and prana as you can. When you feel the body is full, take a few more breaths. Hold the beingness filled with air for but a moment before slowly releasing the breath again. While again holding the beingness empty of the breath for but a moment before drawing in another deep, rhythmic, and cyclic breath. Allow yourself to continue to breathe in such a slow fashion. As you release all the tensions with each and every exhale, bring yourself back to that position of the center, of that I am recognition, that you are the witness and observer to this experience, that everything internally is just as everything witnessed externally. You are far more than the temporary happenings and phenomena internally. You are not the racing thoughts. You are not the tensions of the emotions. You are not the pulls and sensations of the body. So come to understand what the tensions within the beingness are trying to tell you and guide you towards. For they ultimately serve as a compass into this unknown. The mind acts out like a child. It often brings points for us to investigate and explore, to question the validity, but never to sympathize and entertain as truth. For the mind itself is a tool to question, but it is not the tool to receive the answer. It is very similar with the emotions of the body. It is to recognize the tensions of where boundaries were crossed, to show the paths where healing is needed internally. And as one may guess, that the physical sensations are but that, the feedback to explore this playscape. Yet when we identify with all of these temporary phenomena, they take the energies and opportunity, the potential and capacity of the unknown, and cap it within a seemingly appeared glass ceiling. But this is why these tensions are arising, because we must be tasked to push beyond them, to go beyond them. And to openly love every moment, no matter the lesson or truth. For all aspects of this divine film are crafted for our unique spirit and source. This is the beauty of this dance of trust and faith, is that there is nothing actually required from you other than letting go of all of the assumptions and simply allowing life to unfold. To recognize that life gives us these opportunities to respond consciously and to overcome the primal reactions of the flesh, but to utilize this divine essence of Source and to shine love through every action and thing we do. To trust the process and to know that there is nothing outside of us. That no matter how dark things may seemingly appear, that you are the light itself. And so often we get caught up in looking in these lights for others, but fail to recognize it is when we fuel our own flame that the shadows disperse. And give yourself a moment to take all of the doubts and fears and uncertainties you have and cast that burden to the Christ within and become free. Utilizing such an internal statement, I cast the burden to the Christ within and become free, is all it takes. Whatever emotion or feeling that is arising, toss that into that eternal source love within yourself. Know that this casting isn't some type of running away or avoidance, but rather the divine reminder and mantra for yourself to reclaim your power in those moments of being lost and swept away in the temporary. In those moments of intense and extreme pressure of feeling so much around you, toss the burden to the Christ within and become free. Together we'll say this 3 times. And in our 4th, we'll say it silently within. Begin by taking an inhale, collecting all the tensions and fears and uncertainties and doubts. I cast the burden of Christ within and become free. Again, taking a deep breath, not expecting any answer or result from the internal space, but simply leaving your beingness left with that knowing. That so it is said, so it shall be. I cast the burden to the Christ within and become free. Again, give yourself permission for one more deep breath here. I cast the burden to the Christ within and become free. And here in this ever more important internal space, again, take a deep breath. Once more, saying internally, I cast the burden to the Christ within and become free. Immediately, one can feel the dialing down of whatever energies are present when utilizing this statement, for it is that I am recognition, embodied in such a knowing that you are that Christ already, that you are already a spark of the divine. And although the identifications and attachments may seemingly appear that we are not, the truth of your words and direction of your affection and energy will cut through any and all shadow, allowing the beingness to become lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. For that is your true and ultimate position as that creator in your experience, in your reality. And a reminder to not only have trust in life, but to have trust in your divine self. When you hear the final tap of the singing bowl, take a deep breath in. And with that, exhale again, transmute it into a powerful and mighty Om. Release the body of breath. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. Thank you so much for tapping in this morning. And in this lesson of trust and faith, the only thing we can do in it is hold on to our own light. And when we feel like we can't even trust or hold on to our own light, it's important to trust in all the beautiful things that have happened in life. It's to remind and show you that everything's going to be okay. Because you've always been okay. And the hope for anything in life is that as you continue to unfold in this dance of trust and faith in the universe and source, that you get graced with people that help you along the way, remind you of that and remember and to empower that. And I guess that's one of the most important things, in that this faith concept is really just that knowing. Because belief is an assumption, it's a hope. Trust and faith is that knowing. And when you know it works in the small things, just know it'll work on the big things. Often life is again challenging us to really double down on this recognition. Oh, you trust us, huh? Here's a curveball. Yeah, it's a heavy one. It's really hard to fully apply in the moment at times, because when we're being challenged with it, it's because we feel like everything is just gone. And that's kind of the challenge and opportunity that life presents us with, is that it's like, okay, when the external, again, that isn't real in its essence, the temporary is not the truth. Are you going to come back home internally? Can you rise above the temporary external tensions and really come into a deeper knowing of that eternal truth, and living in that and acting in that? And I cast the burden to the Christ within and become free. I agree. Well, I'm happy it's freeing. I concur. It is definitely a powerful one. Because again, we're searching for what we are. It's just everything in life has made us forget, seemingly. Downloads, 7 years, we're kids, adoration, idolism, we get swept away. But know that everything in life, again, is always happening for us to come into a deeper understanding of our eternal truth and to task us really with living it. So if that, the fruit of knowledge, offer a seed, and in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment, for a tree shall grow, and in its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all whom ask. Namaste. I love you all so much. I'll see you guys Wednesday. Peace.